the Gita competitions and stuff. So I'm so glad, I'm so happy. I just don't want to take more time. But all that I say is that I'm just so humbled by all of you. I'm so humbled. Thank you all for your support. And please, the one thing I ask is don't give up. Please don't give up. Okay. You've signed up for this class, okay, just take it seriously. And knowing my husband, it's going to be a really, really fun course. He never does anything seriously. He does even a serious thing will be done in a very fun way. So I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun, very innovative ways of learning the language. Please don't give up. And please, as a favor to ESS, please tell your friends, tell your relatives, tell anybody who comes across who wants to listen or who even doesn't want to listen. You send so many forwards in WhatsApp and all that stuff. Put in a word, tell them about the good work we do. We are not charging anything for any of our activities. We just want to spread this beautiful language and the Gita to as many people as possible. If Appa was here, he would be so proud. Like even Arundhati, she's in Ireland, Appa would have never even imagined that we would have crossed shows. So he would have wished for that to happen, but it didn't happen when he was alive. But we are carrying his torch forward, and my tatas as well. So thank you all so much, and good luck for this session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a wonderful lines from you, and it really, really rejoices a lot. And the hard work that has been taken by your father and your grandfather says how much they have struggled and brought to this situation and the perfection exactly. So that's the thing where we have to be so humbled, and that's the inspiring one in him that makes or drives other young champs how they have to be in this present generation. So today we have three important people assembled here to speak to us and motivate us, certainly. Usually they would be called the chief guests, but they have already been such an integral part of ESS, that's Exmoor Samskrt School, so that they should be called chief hosts, I believe. I'll introduce them one by one and ask them to share a few words either in English or in Sanskrit. I introduce Dr. Uma Maheswari. First, I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Uma Maheswari, Professor and Head of the Department of Sanskrit, Queen Mary's College.
Let me highlight her and then you can continue.
Yeah, sure.
Umaji, can you turn on your video, please?
It's on. Namaste.
Oh, namaste. One. Arundhati, go ahead.
Namaskar.
Yes. Namaskaram. It's very pleasant to see you on the screen, ma'am. Thank you so much. And let me introduce once again, I introduce, and I'm immensely happy once again to introduce Dr. Uma Maheswari, the chief guest. Because I have the pleasure of introducing her, and she's the professor and head of the Department of Sanskrit, Queen Mary's College in Chennai. So Dr. Uma Maheswari is well known in Sanskrit circles as one of the most fluent speakers in the area. So I am told that when Dr. Maheswari was a student, she immersed herself in Sanskrit so much that she could always be seen wearing headphones. Her fellow students would think that she is listening to film music like others, but she would actually be listening to recordings of Sanskrit speeches, literature, and other recordings. So what an amazing dedication to the language, isn't it? So it's so astonishing as well. No people listens to the music no people listens to the verses of good things or good deeds these days. It's so hard to find people in this scenario. So ages back or even now, she practices the same. That makes a big change how we have to give a revolutionary change in this present world. So, ma'am, I welcome you, and please join with us and give your few valuable words, and that really helps people here. Thank you so much. And it's over to you.
नमस्ते धन्यवादः अरुन्धती भगिनी धन्यवादाः am I audible मम भाषणं श्रूयते वा
Shruayate, you are broken. You are coming, Karugats. I think your connection is not very good, ma'am. We can try without video if you wish, but with video would be nice.
एकक्षणं महोदय अहं मोबैल् द्वारा कनेक्ट् करोमि पुनः तत्र किञ्चित् शीघ्रं व्यवस्था भवति
इदानीं श्रूयते वा
Shruayate.
इदानीं श्रूयते वा हरि ओम्
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
नमस्ते मम भाषणं श्रूयते वा
Shruayate, can you hear us?
यस् यस् इदानीं सम्यक् अस्तु इदानीं सम्यक् श्रूयते आर् देर् एनी ग्लिचस् स्टिल्
No, सम्यक् श्रूयते.
अस्तु सम्यक् श्रूयते किल सर्वेभ्यः संस्कृतप्रियेभ्यः जनेभ्यः मम हार्दिक स्वागतं नमस्काराः च स्वागतं कुत्र एग्मूर् संस्कृतविद्यालयस्य संस्कृतपठनार्थं हार्दिक स्वागतं सर्वेषां कृते अभिनन्दनानि संस्कृतश्रवणं बहु मुख्यमस्ति when we learn a language we have to first listen श्रवणं भाषणं पठनं लेखनं so first we have to expose ourselves to संस्कृत श्रवणम् अतः अहं संस्कृत श्रवणार्थं श्रावयितुं संस्कृतं श्रावयितुम् एक लघु अभ्यासं ददामि एकां कथां वदामि वा one story अहं वदामि वा इंट्रेस्टेड अस्ति वा नास्ति वा
अस्ति
इंट्रेस्ट अस्ति सर्वे thumbs up करोतु all students thumbs up करोतु
is अस्ति
अहं श्रीकृष्णस्य thumbs up पश्यामि आरम्भे एव श्रीकृष्णः thumbs up कृतवान् अतः कृष्णस्य कथां वदामि कृष्णः अस्ति बालकृष्णः वेणुं वादयति कृष्णः अस्ति one second ஏங்க கொஞ்சம் குழந்தைய பாத்துக்கங்கம்மா ஏங்க என் ஸ்பீச் இருக்கு கொஞ்சம் குழந்தைய பாத்து பாயிண்ட் இருக்கு Please, recording that. So, बालः कृष्णः अस्ति, कृष्णः वेणुं वादयति. बालकृष्णस्य प्रिय वस्तु अस्ति, भोजनवस्तु. किं गेस् करोतु? इच्छति, खादितुम् इच्छति. आम्, उत्तममस्ति. नवनीतम् इच्छति. कृष्णः नवनीतम् इच्छति. कृष्णः नवनीतं यदा खादति भिक्षायाचनां करोति वा? भवती भिक्षां देहि, नवनीतस्य भिक्षां देहि इति भिक्षायाचनं करोति वा?
न, चोरणं करोति.
चौर्यं करोति किल? अतः इदानीम् एका कथा अस्ति. कृष्णः नवनीतचोरः. एकं दिनम् अस्ति, कृष्णस्य माता अस्ति, यशोदा माता. एक बृहत् घटः अस्ति, मन्थनं करोति, नवनीतस्य उत्पत्तिं करोति. नवनीतम् अन्य एक लघु घटे संरक्षणं करोति, स्थापयति. नवनीतम् आगच्छति, नवनीतं घटे स्थापयति. घटं पूर्णमस्ति, नवनीतं पूर्णघटे अस्ति. इदानीं माता चिन्तयति, नवनीतं भद्रं स्थापयामि, नवनीतं भद्रं स्थापयामि. कारणं किं? मम बालः अस्ति, सः नवनीतं चौर्यं करोति, अतः भद्रं स्थापयामि. अहं गच्छामि अथवा निद्रां करोमि, बालः, कृष्णः बालः आगच्छति, नवनीतं स्वीकरोति. कथम् अहं जानामि? हाउ विल आई नो? कथम् अहं जानामि? अस्तु, एकां घण्टां स्थापयामि. टिंग 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 इति मणि अस्ति किल, मणि नवनीतघटे स्थापयति. तस्यापि बन्धनं करोति. कारणं किं? कृष्णः यदा आगच्छति घटं स्वीकरोति, नवनीतघटे मणिः अस्ति, घण्टा अस्ति, घण्टा शब्दं करोति, अहम् अवगच्छामि इति एक अलार्म् स्थापयति तत्र. अस्तु, स उपरि स्थापयति. कृष्णः आगच्छति, मित्रैः सह आगच्छति, फ्रेंड्स् सह आगच्छति. आगच्छन्तु आगच्छन्तु, नवनीतं खादामः. कुत्र अस्ति नवनीतम्? अत्र पश्यति, नवनीतघटः नास्ति. तत्र पश्यति, घटः नास्ति. उपरि पश्यति, घटः अस्ति. हे मित्राणि, घटः, नवनीतं तत्र अस्ति. अहं लघु बालः, कथं स्वीकरोमि? नवनीतम् आवश्यकं, नवनीतम् आवश्यकम् इति वदति. मित्राणि किं कुर्वन्ति? पञ्चमित्राणि उपविशति. तस्य उपरि 4 मित्राणि उपविशन्ति. तस्य उपरि 3 मित्राणि उपविशन्ति. तस्य उपरि मित्रद्वयम् उपविशति. कृष्णः प्रथमसोपानं स्टेप्, द्वितीयसोपानं, तृतीयसोपानं, चतुर्थसोपानं गच्छति. घटः समीपे अस्ति. तत्र पश्यति, नवनीतमस्ति. स्वीकरोमि वा? स्वीकरोति. मणिः अस्ति, मणिः अस्ति वा? माता बुद्धिमती अस्ति. अहं किं करोमि इति उपायं चिन्तयति. तदा मणिः अस्ति किल, मणिः, कृष्णः मणि महोदयः अस्ति, मणिजी अस्ति, मणि घण्टा अस्ति किल, तेन सह सम्भाषणं करोति। बालः कृष्णः ईश्वरः अपि अस्ति किल, अतः एक अग्रिमेण्ट् स्थापयति, केन सह, मणिना सह अग्रिमेण्ट् स्थापयति। मणिमहोदय, मणिमहोदय, भवान् बहु उत्तमः, भवान् देवः, भवतः वासः देवालयेषु अस्ति, भवतः घण्टानादः अति मधुरमस्ति, भवतः स्वरः सुन्दरस्वरः, रुचिकरस्वरः अस्ति, श्रवणमधुरस्वरः अस्ति। मणिः बहु सन्तोषम् अनुभवति। एवं वा, उत्तमम् उत्तमम्। मणिमहोदय, एकं साहाय्यम् आवश्यकम्। किम् आवश्यकं? हेल्प्, साहाय्यम् आवश्यकम्। मणिः वदति, अस्तु, किं साहाय्यम्? किमपि अधिकं न, लघु साहाय्यम्। भवान् मौनं तिष्ठतु, न वदतु, शब्दं न करोतु। अहं नवनीतं स्वीकरोमि, भवान् शब्दं न करोतु इति वदति। मणेः स्वभावः कः? शब्दः। इदानीम् अग्रिमेण्ट् किं? शब्दः मास्तु। अस्तु, अहं शब्दं न करोमि इति आक्षन् कृत्वा वदति। शब्दं न करोति, शब्दं न करोमि इति वदति। उत्तमं महोदय, अहम् इदानीं नवनीतं स्वीकरोमि, भवान् मौनमेव तिष्ठतु इति वदति। मित्राणि, चिन्तां न करोतु, मणिः शब्दं न करोति, वयं सन्तोषेण नवनीतं स्वीकुर्मः, खादामः इति उक्त्वा घटं स्वीकरोति। प्रथम स्टेप्, द्वितीय स्टेप्, तृतीय सोपानं, चतुर्थ सोपानम्, आगच्छति, स्वीकरोति। हे मित्र, स्वीकरोतु, भवान् स्वीकरोतु, सत्या स्वीकरोतु, हर्षिका स्वीकरोतु, नारायणन् महोदय स्वीकरोतु, अरुन्धती स्वीकरोतु, रामकृष्णन् महोदय स्वीकरोतु इति सर्वेषां मित्राणां समीपं कृष्णः नवनीतं ददाति। सर्वे खादन्ति, सम्यक्, नवनीतम् उत्तमम् अस्ति, बहु किं फ्रेश् अस्ति नवनीतम् इति कृत्वा सम्यक् आनन्देन खादन्ति। कृष्णः पश्यति, मणिमहोदय मौनमस्ति। मणिमहोदयः, उत्तमं मणिमहोदय, धन्यवादः, अहं धन्योऽस्मि इति कृष्णः वदति। इदानीं कृष्णः नवनीतं स्वीकरोति। माता कुत्र? माता नास्ति, मुखस्य समीपं नयति। सर्वे खादन्ति वा? अहमपि खादामि। नयति, मणिं पश्यति, शब्दं करोति वा? अस्तु, मुखे स्थापयति, मणिः डिङ् 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 इति शब्दः करोति। माता आगच्छति, कृष्णः अत्र धावति, तत्र धावति, सर्वत्र धावति। अयो मणिमहोदय द्रोहं करोति, अहं गृहीतः। माता आगच्छति, स्तम्भः अस्ति, पिल्लर् अस्ति, कृष्णस्य बन्धनं करोति, कृष्णं पादे ताडयति माता। मास्तु, मास्तु, नवनीतं खादति वा? न न इति ताडयति। अनन्तरं माता गच्छति, भवान् बन्धितः एव भवतु, अहं गच्छामि इति कृत्वा माता गच्छति। मित्राणि धावन्ति, मित्राणि न सन्ति, मित्राणि धावन्ति। कृष्णः अस्ति, मणिः अस्ति, घण्टा अस्ति, जनद्वयम्। अरे मणिमहोदय, अग्रीमेण्ट् किं जातम्? अहं मौनं तिष्ठतु इति वदामि। भवान् शब्दं कृत्वा कोलाहलं करोति, मम माता आगच्छति, मां ताडयति, पश्यतु कथं वेदना अस्ति, पश्यतु। भवान् द्रोहं करोति, भवान् दुष्टः अस्ति, अहं सम्भाषणं न करोमि इति घण्टायाः समीपं, मणि समीपं कृष्णः वदति। मणिः वदति, हे ईश्वर, हे कृष्ण, अहं मम धर्मं करोमि, अहं द्रोहं न करोमि। मित्राणि खादन्ति, अहं शब्दं न करोमि। घटं स्वीकरोति, अहं शब्दं न करोमि। भवान् खादति, अहं शब्दं करोमि, मम धर्मः। अहं खादामि, भवान् शब्दं करोति, धर्मः कथं? दुष्ट। मम ताडनं प्रापणं भवतः धर्मः वा इति पृच्छति। तदा मणिः वदति, भवान् सामान्य बालः न, भवान् ईश्वरः अस्ति। मम धर्मः किम्? ईश्वरस्य नैवेद्यं यदा समर्पयति तदा घण्टानादं करोमि किल? बेल् अस्ति, ईश्वर नैवेद्य समये घण्टा शब्दं करोति, घण्टायाः धर्मः। भवान् ईश्वरः, मित्रस्य समीपं नवनीतं ददाति, अहं शब्दं न करोमि। ईश्वरस्य मुखे नवनीतं गच्छति, मम धर्मः, अहं शब्दं निश्चयेन करोमि। अहं नैवेद्य समर्पण समये शब्दं करोमि। मम पूजा अस्ति, मम कर्म अस्ति, मम धर्मः अपि अस्ति। अतः कृपया क्षमां करोतु, भवान् अन्य उपायं चिन्तयतु इति मणिः क्षमा प्रार्थनां करोति। मणिः क्षमा प्रार्थनां करोति। सॉरी, कृपया क्षम्यतां, मम धर्मः इति वदति। कथा समाप्ता। स्टोरी, कथा कथम् आसीत्? उत्तमं वा? उत्तमम् इति वदतु। उत्तमं, सुन्दरं वदतु।
अति उत्तमं मैम।
अति उत्तमम्, अति उत्तमम्,
सम्यक्,
अति उत्तमम्,
सम्यक् अस्ति।
कथा
सम्यक् अस्ति।
कथा अंडर्स्टैंडिंग अभवत् वा? सम्यक् अंडर्स्टैंडिंग अभवत्? पूर्णम् अंडर्स्टैंडिंग अभवत् वा? किञ्चित् किञ्चित् अंडर्स्टैंडिंग अभवत् वा?
पूर्णं,
पूर्णं
अवगतम्।
पूर्णम् अभवत्। पूर्वं 10 minutes पूर्वं संस्कृत श्रवणं, संस्कृत सम्भाषणम् एक्स्पीरियन्स् अस्ति वा न वा?
अस्ति
भगिनी।
Very earlier
अस्ति।
संस्कृत सम्भाषणं, have you heard in Sanskrit?
अस्ति भगिनी।
Completely अस्ति? अस्ति, उत्तमं। कस्य नास्ति? I never listened to Sanskrit speaking. Kasya? You all have the experience of Sanskrit speaking? Akshara asti. Akshara. This is the first time listening to Sanskrit story. First time aham shrunomi. This was the first time. Bahunam first time. So first timers, please tell me that whether you have understood fully or partially. Purnam?
Understood fully, ma'am.
उत्तमं। पश्यतु, संस्कृत श्रवण एक्स्पीरियन्स् नास्ति, अण्डर्स्टाण्डिङ्ग् पूर्णमस्ति। किमर्थम्? अस्माकं भाषा संस्कृतम् अस्ति। मम हृदये एकैकस्य हृदये एकैकस्य स्टूडेण्ट् हृदये संस्कृतमस्ति। मुखे संस्कृतं नास्ति, हृदये संस्कृतम् अस्ति। कारणं वयं सर्वे भारतजनाः, भारतीयाः, वयं सर्वे भारतीयाः। भारतीय जनानां संस्कृतभाषा देवभाषा इति वदन्ति। कारणं देवः सर्वव्यापी अस्ति। मम अन्तः अपि देवः अस्ति, भवताम् अन्तः अपि देवः अस्ति। देवः संस्कृतम् अवगच्छति, अतः अहमपि संस्कृतम् अवगच्छामि, अण्डर्स्टाण्ड् करोमि। संस्कृतं सरलं वा, ईज़ी वा? संस्कृतं
सरलम्
ईज़ी वा, सरलं?
सरलम्।
बहु सरलं। संस्कृतं बहु 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 सरलमस्ति। वयम् इङ्ग्लिश् वदामः, अधिकजनाः इङ्ग्लिश् वदामः, अधिकजनाः बहु कालं स्वीकुर्वन्ति। You listen for so many days, then you speak. Sanskritam 10 days, 10 dinani, continuous 2 hours per day. Evam 10 dinani, gantadvayam, 20 hours. Within 20 hours, sambhashanam sadhyam. Sarvesham sadhyam. Challenge asti. सर्वेषां संस्कृत संभाषणं साध्यम् अस्ति. Narayanan Mahodaya is planning to have that program very soon. Through Egmore Sanskrit School, आरंभम संस्कृत आरंभम पठन आरंभम भाषण आरंभम श्रवणम संस्कृत श्रवणारंभम एतत् सर्वं वयं कुर्मः. संस्कृत भाषा 100% कदा भवति? पुस्तके न भवति, मुखे एव भवति. वयं सर्वे संस्कृतेन सम्भाषणं कुर्मः. एकैकः अपि 150 रेजिस्ट्रेशन् अस्ति. 150 जनाः अपि संस्कृतेन सम्भाषणं कुर्मः चेत् संस्कृतभाषा पूर्णज्ञानम् इति वदामः. संस्कृतभाषायाः कमाण्ड् आगच्छति अस्माकं समीपम्. आवश्यकं वा न वा? संस्कृतभाषा पूर्णज्ञानं, संस्कृतभाषायाः कमाण्ड् आवश्यकं वा न वा? आवश्यकम्. इदानीम् अस्माकं मीरा भगिनी वदति, when we start we are not going to leave. अरुन्धती भगिनी अपि उक्तवती, consistency, a consistent द्वयमपि. वयम् आरम्भं कुर्मः किन्तु मध्ये मध्ये ड्राप् कुर्मः न. एकः श्लोकः अस्ति, आरब्धम् उत्तमजनाः न परित्यजन्ति, प्रारभ्यतेन खलु विघ्नभयेन नीचैः, प्रारभ्य विघ्नविहताः विरमन्ति मध्याः, विघ्नैः पुनः पुनरपि प्रतिहन्यमानाः, प्रारब्धम् उत्तमजनाः न परित्यजन्ति. नीचजनाः, low minded people, middle minded people, higher minded people, broad minded people, noble people. 3 types of people. Noble people. Low people भयम् अनुभूय आरम्भं न करोतु. मया न शक्यते, संस्कृतं मुखे न आगच्छति, अधिकम् अस्ति कार्यं, प्रयोजनं नास्ति. एवं किमपि मम प्रयत्नम् अस्ति, मम तत् कार्यम् अस्ति, एतत् कार्यम् अस्ति, मम मेमरी नास्ति, कण्ठपाठं नास्ति, वयः अधिकः, किमपि किमपि कारणम् उक्त्वा भयकारणेन सामान्यजनाः आरम्भमेव न करोति. केचन जनाः उत्तमम् अस्ति आरम्भं करोमि इति रेजिस्ट्रेशन् प्रथमवर्गः, द्वितीयवर्गः, तृतीयवर्गः, चतुर्थवर्गः, हाफ एन अवर्, फोर्थ वर्ग, पञ्चमवर्गः एब्सेण्ट्, पुनः षष्ठवर्गः, एवम् उपरि अधः अटेण्डेन्स्, एवं सर्वं मध्यस्थजनाः कुर्वन्ति। उत्तमजनाः किं कुर्वन्ति? किमपि कमिट्मेण्ट् भवतु, गृहस्य कार्यं, कार्यालयस्य कार्यम्, अस्वास्थ्यं, तत् एतत् किमपि भवतु, विघ्नं यत्किमपि अधिकं विघ्नः आगच्छति चेदपि चिन्ता नास्ति, अहम् आरम्भं करोमि, न त्यजामि, ऐ एम् नाट् गोइङ्ग् टु लीव् वाट् ऐ हाव् स्टार्टेड् इति निरन्तरं प्रयत्नं करोति। प्रतिदिनम् आगच्छति, यदा यदा वर्गः अस्ति प्रतिवर्गम् आगच्छति, प्रतिवर्गं समाप्तिपर्यन्तं तिष्ठति, तस्य एव जयम् अपि मिलति। ते एव उत्तमजनाः। 150 जनाः अपि उत्तमजनाः। किमर्थम् उत्तमजनाः? भवन्तः सर्वे कृष्णस्य नवनीतजनाः सन्ति, क्षीरजनाः न, नवनीत क्रीम् जनाः। क्रीम् अस्ति किल, बहु सरलम् आगच्छति वा? नवनीतं बहु सरलतया आगच्छति वा? वी डोंट गेट नवनीतम् ईजिली। तस्य क्षीरं, प्रथमं क्षीरं स्वीकरणीयं, क्षीरम् अग्निमध्ये स्थापनीयम्, अग्नि उपरि क्वथनं 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 तावत् अग्नि ज्वलनं क्वथनं, तद् कष्टसहनं। तदनन्तरं किं भवति? किञ्चित् दधि, क्षीरस्य रूपत्यागः एव भवति, दधिरूपम् आगच्छति। अनन्तरं दधि अस्ति, मन्थनं मन्थनं मन्थनं, अत्र तत्र अत्र तत्र, उपरि अधः, अत्र तत्र, सङ्घटनं सङ्घटनं, घटनं, पूर्णघटनं, वेदना। ततः लघु 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 कृत्वा किञ्चित् नवनीतम् आगच्छति। तत् नवनीतं, तादृश तपः, क्वथनम्, अग्निमध्ये स्थानम्, अनन्तरं सङ्घटनं, सर्वमपि सोढ्वा यत् अन्ते आगच्छति, तदेव नवनीतम् ईश्वरस्य मुखं गच्छति। ईश्वरस्य सायुज्यं तस्य नवनीतस्य एव मिलति। वयमपि तादृश नवनीतजनाः। यत्किमपि कष्टम् अस्ति, वयं किं कुर्मः? निरन्तरं कार्यं कृत्वा 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 संस्कृतं पठामः, निरन्तरं पठामः इति बहु कमिट्मेण्ट्स् अस्ति। तद् कमिट्मेण्ट् मध्ये वयमपि एकसङ्कल्पं, स्वस्य एक आत्मीयसङ्कल्पं स्वीकृत्य ईश्वरस्य प्रियजनरूपेण नवनीतं भवितुं प्रयत्नं कुर्मः। निश्चयेन एतस्य नवनीत संस्कृतगणस्य ईश्वरस्य अनुग्रहः पूर्णं भवति। एतत् कार्यं एग्मोर् संस्कृत स्कूल् द्वारा PSR महोदयस्य पूर्ण आशीर्वादेन, अनुग्रहेण, कारणं तस्य अन्तःकरण इच्छा अस्ति, आत्मीय इच्छा इति, तस्य अन्तःकरण संकल्पः एव इदानीं तत् नारायण महोदय, मीरा भगिनी, एते सर्वे नयन्तः सन्ति। तादृश एक शक्तियुक्तः, आत्मशक्तियुक्तः अस्माकं PSR महोदयस्य अनुग्रहेण, आशीर्वादेन तस्य किं स्वप्नं सफलं कर्तुं वयं सर्वे प्रभवामः। अत्र आगतवन्तः, उत्तमकार्यस्य उत्तमशुभारम्भं कृतवन्तः, सर्वेषां कृते अभिनन्दनानि। अस्मिन् कार्ये ममापि एक लघु अंशं प्रापयितुं ममापि अनुग्रहः अस्ति। तदर्थम् अवसरं दत्तवान् नारायण महोदय, तेषां कृते हार्दिक धन्यवादान् व्याहरामि। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः भगिनी। एतां कथां श्रुत्वा मम बहु आनन्दः अभवत्। So I just made a try. So listening to your presentation, it really gave us a joy. And, narrating a story brings everything. The gestures that you do, that you did, is really, really helpful to understand the story better. And those who haven't come across Sanskrit language in their days would have definitely understood partially, at least because of your gestures, so I believe. Thank you so much for the session. And it was so enlightening and delightful one. And the next session will be open to the learners on the topic, why am I learning Sanskrit? Now I call upon Srimati Revati Murthy to give some words.
Namaskaraha. I want to learn Sanskritam since my childhood. I always have a fascination for learning that language. I could get the opportunity during 2001-2002 through Samskrita Bharati, through Patrachar's Dwara Samskritam. I learned it for 1.5 years. I wrote 4 exams also, but the pity is I didn't pursue it later. I just dropped it afterwards. So it went as such. Now I want to learn it. Now I want to learn Sanskrit, especially for understanding the meaning of the Samskrita slokas. I enjoy reciting Vedanta Desika Stotras. I'll be much pleased if I'll be able to understand the meaning also. I long to learn Sanskrit for that. Thank God. Now I am getting this opportunity to learn it. Thank you so much. Dhanyawad.
Thank you, ma'am. And now I call upon Ms. Satya Rupashri to give some words. Thank you.
Namaste to all. My name is V.S. Satya Rupashri, studying in 4th standard. I started my Gita journey focusing only on memorizing the shlokas. As I was learning, I wanted to know why Arjuna was seeking advice from Lord Krishna every time before he fought. This led me to read the Gita for Children written by Rupa Pai and Unusual Tales from the Mahabharata by Sudha Murthy, which triggered me to know the meaning of each shloka. English and Tamil translations are there, but I want to feel the reality from the original script by reading them myself. That's why I am eager to learn Sanskrit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, baby Satya Rupashri. It was so much for us, you speaking this much about Bhagavad Gita and the characters. So it shows that you have a lot of interest in learning, and that has brought you here, and long way and long miles to go. I appreciate. Thank you so much once again. And I call upon Janani Krishnan.
Hello,
Janani.
namaste. Yeah. Hello, namaste, everybody. Pranams to everybody. So why am I learning Sanskrit? Sanskrit basically uplifts, my energy, and I have too much of love and passion.
Janani, Janani, one
Yeah.
second. Let me highlight you.
Okay, sir.
Let me find you first and then highlight you. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, namaste all. Why am I learning Sanskrit? Sanskrit is a divine language which uplifts my energy and the passion and the interest towards the learning the traditional Vedic language. So basically, it's a long journey for me learning the language from my school days, and I have so much of love and passion towards the subject, and basically, I want to learn Sanskrit because it uplifts me in spiritual way, and the spiritual empowerment and upliftment that I get from learning the language and the verses and the Sanskrit verses that we chant each and every day. So it's so much of love and passion I have towards the subject is why I'm learning here. And I want to contribute my learning and knowledge to others as well, especially to my children, as well as the people over here in UK. There are a lot of children who are interested in learning the language. So through me, I want others as well to learn. So that's why I'm here, to learn it and continue my journey in learning the language. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Janani. That was short and so precise that learning the language Sanskrit gives a kind of relaxation to mind, body, and spirit where we can put everything together. And that sounds really great. Thank you so much again. And now I call, I'm not sure, Mr. Parthasarathi to give some words. Thank you. Mic is open to Mr. Parthasarathi.
Hey, hi all. Good evening and good morning, everyone. Learning Sanskrit is a
One
long
second,
journey for me.
let me highlight you 1 second. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
So, good morning and good evening, everyone. Learning Sanskrit is a very long journey for me. From childhood onwards, I'm very eager to learn Sanskrit, but I never got a chance to learn Sanskrit till this age. But after when I got married, I got interested to learn Sanskrit more because of my wife and kid. My wife, she is knowledgeable in Sanskrit, and she used to teach my kid, my elder one, and my younger one also very interested. She's 2 years old. Since when I do puja, she used to be very interested in learning slokas. But when I started looking for each and every pronunciation, because basically I'm from Tamil, but I don't pronounce the exact recitation of the Sanskrit slokas. Whenever I pronounce the words, my wife used to correct, since you are always referring Tamil way of referring, that's why you are not properly recitating that. So she used to correcting myself one after another. So I got interested to learn the meaning of Sanskrit, like Shodasopacharam. From childhood onwards, I used to do, but I never know what is the exact meaning of those 16 Shodasopacharas. Then when she is teaching one after another, I used to write in a notebook. Then I started learning one after, like one from one after another. Then when I do pujas now, without looking the notebooks, and I'm able to know, okay, this is what we need to invite the god, and we need to give achamanam one after another. What is achamanam? Then what is nirajanam? Then till the 16 Shodasopacharas, I'm able to do it very artfully, without by hearting or without like a non-structured way. So then also for Sandhya Vandana, even still I'm using referring the books. I can able to understand only little bits and pieces of the words. But when I learn Sanskrit, I can able to adapt completely myself, since it's a part of my life to do Sandhya Vandanam. Even I can able to give the knowledge to the my kids, as well as the people who are interested to learn the Sanskrit. So joining in ESS, and I feel very proud and grateful to learn, because here my kid and wife, they are already part of ESS learning Gita. So I'm very happy to be here, part of you. So I hope I can learn from each and everyone with the different thoughts, because each and everyone will be having different mindset, different ideas, different thoughts. So I can able to learn and adapt from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parthasarathi. And I would like to introduce another important person, Srimati Lalita Ramamurthy. wife of Dr. P.S. Ramamurthy, who is a trustee of P.S. Ramamurthy Foundation. And we have seen a lot in the prayer introduction, like they are not the chief guest, but they are already the integral part. Of course, she is one of the integral part of ESS. Now I call Dr. P.S. Ramamurthy, Lalita Ramamurthy, and I over the mic to her. Thank you so much. Ma'am, you can take your session. Thank you.
Okay, let me first find her. I think she's logged in using somebody else. Manimama Radhaங்கிறது தான் ஆண்டியா? Just give us a second here while we find her. Okay. So Manimama Radha auntie கூப்பிடுறேளா? So in the meantime, I see a note here for request for saying a few words about why she wants to learn Sanskrit. Can you call upon Srimati Anjana Ravi?
Yeah. Srimati Anjana Ravi, the mic is open for you. Could you please take your turn? Thank you.
Thank you for providing this opportunity. So, well, my interest to learn Sanskrit goes back to my school days. Actually, I wanted to learn, switch to, I was a Hindi topper at school. So, when it came to 7th grade, they never let me switch to Sanskrit because they wanted me to continue to stay as a topper at school. So, and bring accolades to the school. So I've right since my 7th grade, I've been wanting to learn Sanskrit. And I've learned Bhagavad Gita, and my kids are also they participate in the Bhagavad Gita competition held by ESS recently. So I want to make sure that I learn Sanskrit, and I also educate my kids, both my kids, right from their very young age, so that they also develop interest towards this language. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Really appreciate and looking forward.
Thank you, Anjana Ravi. Aji, is ma'am ready to speak? Srimati, now I call upon Srimati Ramamurthy to speak some words.
மணிமாமா இங்கதான் இருக்காளா ஆண்டி? நீங்க மியூட்டடா இருக்கு.
கேக்குறதா?
இப்ப கேக்குறது. எங்க ஆண்டி எங்க?
லலி பேசுறா.
இல்ல இல்ல யாருக்குமே எதுவுமே கேட்கல. இங்க வந்து இந்த போன்ல பேச சொல்றலா?
இங்க போ சொல்றேன். கொஞ்சம் இருக்கும். இல்ல பேசு.
I am Lalita Ramamurthy. I joined ESS in 1958. கேக்குறதா?
இப்ப கேக்குறது.
First, I attended P.A. Subramania Iyer class. He was teaching Vishnu Sahasranama. The verse was Yani Namani Gaunani Vikhyatani Mahatmanaha Rishmin Parigita Vakhyani Bhute. Nowadays, I recite Vishnu Sahasranam daily, and when the verse comes, I think of P.A. Subramania Iyer. In those days, the classes were conducted in different rooms. I was asked to go to P.A. Ramamurthy's room. When I entered, I saw him rubbing the board. I never thought that he will take the class. He started Kumara Sambhavam. I liked the way he started it. He asked us to split the word one by word, and he took the verb and asked questions based on the verb. It is called Akanksha method. P.A. Subramania also we recite the word and ask us to repeat twice. Before coming to the Subramanian class, he was teaching in the corporation school. I did not go to the corporation school, but Dayananda Saraswati was his student. He was called Natarajan at that time. The P.A. Subramanian was the first principal of the school. Afterwards, one Mr. Gopala Sharma was the principal. But P.S. did not want to take the degree. He wanted to say he's only a secretary. The other teachers who were teaching me were A.P. Subramania Iyer and Mr. Kandasamy. They used to travel a long distance just to teach for 1 hour. We had Sanskrit classes in MCT school. In that school, A.V. Subramania Iyer taught. And we had Gita competition in MCT school for many years. Only recently, we had one competition in Sydney Model School. P. Subramania had a Gita class at 5 a.m. for young and old. My brother, 10 years old, used to attend the class. In the afternoon, some ladies who were free only in the afternoon used to come to A.V. Subramania to learn Bhagavad Gita. One such lady is Meenakshi Bhave. When we had his, he is still in touch. His family is in touch with us even now. When we had Gita Parayana,
ஆண்டி கேமரா கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்றீங்களா? உங்க மூஞ்சி தெரியல. இப்ப சொல்லுங்க.
sorry. When we had Gita Parayana, Subramania, he will give the prasad of himself individually to everyone. Sri Dayananda Saraswati came to preside over our 50th year prize distribution. After P.A. Subramanian, PSR took over Egmont from school. Now the school is run by her daughter Meera and her husband Narayanan. Narayanan, with his very interest, very knowledge, will work in the class interest and class interestingly and encouragingly. I wish him success and happy learning for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lalita ma'am. We have noted one thing, that is, I have noted one thing personally, traveling hours and hours to teach for an hour shows how much he was dedicated to the language and how much he valued the language to spread all over the world or all over the place. Yes, so it is immensely appreciated, and it is a bless to the people who learned from him. And I see today you on the screen, and that itself is a bless for me. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable speech. Now it's time to introduce the school's houses, coordinators, and how the team works. So we have divided our incoming class into 4 houses named after the 4 elements like fire, earth, air, and water. That is Agni, Bhumi, Vayu, and Apha. So these houses are created to create a smaller community of learners where the students can bond with one another. Within each house, we have 5 to 6 teams, each team having a group of 5 to 6 students who will be doing projects together, obviously. Each team has a coordinator and will be trained to make sure that the learners have what they need to get the maximum benefit out of the learning season. The team is where the learner gets the main support to learn. We expect to form long-time bonds and close friendship because Sanskrit has brought us together. And as Miss Uma Maheshwari told, it is all about the consistency. It is all about the effort that you make every day. It is all about the survival, being so much in the obstacles, or you overcome the obstacles is in your hands. It is in our hands, certainly. Thank you so much for listening to this. And now I over the session to Mr. Shiva Balanarayanan ji.
Yeah, one second. So before that, so I can go last. Can we request our other two chief hosts to speak?
Yes, ji. I'll thank you. So now I am overwhelmed in introducing Shri N.R. Kumar ji, the chief guest. So I have pleasure in introducing him. If you do not know Shri N.R. Kumar ji, absolutely, I myself do not know, and I'm happy that I'm knowing you today here, sir. It means you are new to Egmore Samskrit School. I am new to Egmore Samskrit School. Shri N.R. Kumar is a writer, accountant and cost accountant, and one of the pioneers of the spoken Sanskrit movement in Chennai. We have a lot to learn from him, seems, and I'm here as well to learn a lot from him. Thank you so much. And the platform is open to the chief guest, Shri N.R. Kumar ji. Ji, this is your turn now. Could you please favor your motivational words? Thank you so much.
Sir, can you turn on your video?
I have done that.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, I'm N.R. Kumar. Lot of the other things, cost account, etc. But maybe someone known me as the Sanskrit Kumar. I want to share a few things with you. When you take up something, what makes a difference? Let me tell you this very clearly. When we started our class way back in 85, 86 or something, there are 40 people in the class, similar background. Only 4 of us survived in terms of talking Sanskrit. So the 10-day Sanskrit format opens your eyes to the possibility that Sanskritam can be spoken in. Do you understand my point? It warrants a lot of effort for you to subsequently continue and reach a level you speak the language fluently, like you saw Dr. Kumar Maheshwari doing. So the first word of caution that I want to say is, it is not sarried off, or it is not whatever that 650 you swallow, drop a pill and the headache disappears. Not at all. It warrants a certain amount of sustained effort. What is important is the 10-day shows, yes, you will get over a headache because it's like that. Okay. How do you sustain that effort? What makes it possible for you to sustain the effort is for you to know why you are taking up the project. Do you understand my point? When you know something, this is why I want to do that, then you are likely to sustain that. Somebody mentioned about I recite, basic Kriti, so I would like to understand. That little kid said, Bhagavad Gita I am learning, I want to understand it better. Somebody else said various things. So in terms of why you want to learn, I want to put across a few things. For example, take something like Sasanam, which is cited every day. Many people recite very often. There is a shloka 59 or something. You say Vedas Twango.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you turn on your display monitor or the phone a little bit towards you so we can see your entire face? Okay, this
Am
is
I okay?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Okay. So there is a sloka, I mean, in Sasanamam, it runs something like Vedas Swangojita Krishno, Sankarshano Chudaka. In my recitation, is there a mistake that I did? When I said Guhyo Gaviro Gagano Gupta Chakragada Adaraga Vedas Swangojita Krishno, Sankarshano Chutaha. This is how most people recite it as Jita Krishna would mean the Krishna who has been defeated. Do you understand my point? So that is not the intention. It is really Ajitaha Krishnaha, the one who has not been defeated, beaten, and the one who is Akarshayati. So an elementary thing like Sasanam recitation, I am saying this only because a lady mentioned that I am into Desi Kritis, I want to learn them better. So why I am saying this is, it is not also Sasanam is very important or anything of that kind. All that I'm saying is, if you have the clarity in your mind, this is why I want to learn this language, then it's possible that you will put in the sustained kind of effort. I want to go back to that what that little kid said, I have entered Bhagavad Gita competition, I have done recitation, I've got prizes, now I want to learn it. Very true, because best of commentaries can never equal reading, especially whatever work that has survived, like Bhagavad Gita, survived not only because of its content, also because it is its simplicity. If Bhagavad Gita was not written as simple a language as it has been done, it would have possibly evaporated, gone out of our memory. So when you learn the language, you got to experience it. So when Arjuna says, especially in first chapter, he talks about Kandi Vamsam Satehasta Chaiva Paridakhyate Nashaknomyavastatum. You can actually feel. You can actually feel that man feeling burnt out. Now, the best of commentary can never bring it out. So, if you learn that language, then it's amazingly simple. You will understand. Not only that, you will understand a lot of that subtleties. There is a sloka where it says, Nimitta Matrena Bhava Savyasachin, is what he says. You are only an instrument. How does he call him? Savyasachin. What is Savyasachin? Ambidextrous. He can throw his arrow with his left hand as well as right hand. It's actually saying, Bhagar, you might be so good. You think you're so good because you are Savyasachin, but you are only Nimitta Matram. These are things you should experience. Nothing like experiences. The best of commentary, best of books is something. They are only a path. Some point in time, you should experience it. That is when it becomes your knowledge. Otherwise, it's only theory. Okay? For you to get that kind of appreciation, it's important you learn the language. Once you learn the language, you will definitely get that appreciation. So my point is, first a word of caution. No, it doesn't happen like that. Pattinala, you will learn, it is possible to learn the language. Subsequently, you have got to put in effort. You will put in effort only if you have clarity in terms of what I want. One of the clarities that I want to talk about is, people go to some length to do a proper nomination for a 1 lakh FD they have in Canara Bank. Because that you want to share, you want to pass it on to your kids. But you have a much greater inheritance. Sanskritam is such a great inheritance. We have a responsibility to pass it on to our kids, pass it on to the next generation. So if you realize that also, you will put in the kind of effort that is concerned. This is my point about why you should remember. If you know the goal, it becomes easier for you to travel. Do you understand my point? If you know the Everest, if you know this is where I want to reach, you get the energy to move in that direction. If you do not know that, if you merely have a theoretical statement, I want to learn this language, you will not go anywhere. Next question that I experienced with a lot of people who are coming to Rikirva. I want to understand Bhagavad Gita. I want to recite Sahasranamam properly. I want to learn Parasara Bhashyam of Sahasranamam Bhagavad Gita properly. I am not interested in talking. I have heard this from very many people. Why should you speak in Samskritam? You speak in Samskritam because that is the easiest way of learning the language. Please, for heaven's sake, understand, speaking Samskritam is not the objective. See, speaking Samskritam is the best way of learning language. In fact, Krishnamurti Shastrikar, the very highly respected retired principal of Samskrit College, Madras, used to say, this is, if he used to say something, Sambhashanam, Uttamam Margam, Drishtidvaye, Uttamam in terms of best, Uttamam in terms of first step or something of that kind. So it is important you realize that you imagine somebody from Chennai gets transferred to Vijayawada or something. Okay, mother tongue Tamil. Within 3 months, the housewife will start speaking in some bad Telugu, some Telugu. Whereas the husband will never understand, especially if he goes to a Raghav session like class on Tugro, where everybody speaks in English. Okay. The wife learns it because she hears it. She may not know the script. She may not know anything because she hears that language. Like, I think that's the point of Kumar she also made. It's important for you to hear. It's important for you to speak. So speaking is not the objective. Speaking is an excellent process. So that is something that I want you to have in mind. For my group consists almost entirely of people whose vocation is not Sanskrit. I am a chartered accountant, cost accountant. Malati is a cost accountant who was my student. Umamesh is the finance manager somewhere. Vyashin was an accountant somewhere. TVS, Dr. TV Subramanian is a very respected trainer. He's from IIM Ahmedabad. He's a doctorate from IIM Ahmedabad. MS Jayaraman was a computer professional. Then we even had a Nepali Gurkha by name Bhavani Shankar. So then Dr. Kumar or something is a botany professor. Hemachandru is a construction contractor. Joseph was a small-scale industrialist. Then we had only one person for whom the present director of IIM Bangalore, Dr. Mahadevan was a student from IIT. Kumar Padmanabhan was a student from IIT. Murali Krishna, who is now a deputy general manager telephone, was a student from IIT. All but Venugopalan, who is a Sanskrit teacher. Our vritti was not Sanskrit. We belonged elsewhere. Okay. Sanskrit, all of us, Sanskrit has given identity. All of us moved into that path, not by knowing the script or anything, because we were ready to talk. Our package consisted of 10 days spoken Sanskritam, weekly meetings, then camps and all that. So please understand that it's a very interesting, long, but very interesting process. Keep talking, keep hearing, you will learn the language. Thank you. Over.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you for your wonderful words. So I have understood, and we have understood, sustainable efforts, making choices, actually implementing practices helps meets the needs, especially. So this actually create a positive impact that endures over long term in learning anything. And this is a kind of well-being of both current and future generations, and it is basically well for us even. It is not all about that we take to the new generation or not to the new generation. It actually helps to be so consistent in oneself. So I believe in that. And again, as Uma Maheshwari ma'am told, and you say, the fundamental thing for any language will be listening. That really improves to learn new vocabularies and comprehending ability, develops pronunciation, and eventually it builds a kind of confidence in speaking the language. So that is what I have observed from all your speaking. Thank you
And
so
there
much.
is one point that you overlooked. I want to make that point.
Yeah.
It is not as though you don't know the language. Do you
Okay.
understand my point? Whatever be your mother tongue, be it Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Bengali, vocabulary is not an issue at all. In all the languages, in day-to-day, whatever speak, okay, whatever it is, in Tamil, for example, say Kasmalam. It's an abuse word. It comes from the word Kashmalam. Do you understand my point? Anything that you speak, Tamil, especially Telugu, so close to Samskrt. So your vocabulary will never be an issue. Whatever method that Narayan and others are trying to do is what they are trying to do is they are trying to wake up the Samskritam in you. So I can kind of share some of what I went through, because I started the language when I was 38. I did not know the alphabets. I was virtually a poster boy. I spoken Sanskritam, talking Sanskritam, public speaking and all that. Krishna Shastri used to write letters to me. I never answered them. He was very curious. Kumar, why are you not answering? He said, I don't know the lipi. Doesn't matter. Even if there are mistakes, write. So I started writing. Okay. So the point that I am trying to say is, don't focus on vocabulary. Focus on sentence structure. This is a language that you can learn by logic. Do you understand my point? In English, child becomes children, go becomes went. Nobody can explain you. Go doesn't become god. Child doesn't become childs. In Sanskrit, there's a huge, beautiful structure. So that is why it is possible for you to learn Sanskrit as an adult. Any other language you need learn only as a child. Years ago, I had a visitor from Germany. People came and said, oh, go to N.R. Kumar, the music academy, he will tell you something. That man told me, after he started learning Sanskrit, believe me, German, which is his mother tongue, improved. Because Sanskrit language is so structured, once you start using that language, I, for example, realized all the mistakes that, even newsreader level TV channel in Tamil make mistakes. Because they'll start in Bhagavachanam and end it Ekavachanam. Such mistakes will not happen in any other language that you think you are good at. Telugu, Malayalam, Kannadam, Tamil, English, whatever it is. Because when you learn Sanskrit, this will. Another thing I tell you, you don't know where it will take you. Please understand that. Nobody would have thought N.R. Kumar would write a book on Vivaha Mantrartha or write a comment Tamil on Yadava Abhidhyam of Vedanta Desikan. Once you learn that language, it will take you wherever. It can take you anywhere. It will take you to places that you never ever imagined. Okay? Good luck.
Thank you, Ji. Thanks for clarifying me. And it's so good to know everything. And it's time now to introduce Dr. C.L. Ramakrishnan, another chief guest. He has been a long-time patron of Agmar Samskrit School. He's a retired IPS officer. Very happy to know this, sir. Who was the former DGP of Vigilance for the state of Tamil Nadu when Dr. M.G. Ramachandran was the chief minister. We are honored that he is able to address the students today. I am as well privileged to introduce you at this moment. Thank you so much. And mic is over to you, Ji. Please, your words.
Sir, you are muted. இன்னும் கேட்கல.
Is it okay now?
Now it's okay. Yes.
Right, sir. Thank you. Ajnana Timinandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. First of all, I should thank and congratulate Narayanans and those who are with him for this wonderful program. Sanskrit, many people understand as Samyak Kritam or Asamantat Kritam. That means well structured. Well, any language, or perhaps most of the languages are like that. Sanskrit is not only that, it is also samskarodi, tasma samskritam. It has got a cultural value in that. I am not saying this on my own. Supreme Court, in one of the decisions, said, if there is one well-structured and also cultured language, it is Sanskrit. This is Supreme Court statement. And those people are learned both in law and in language. Because you know, when you deliver a judgment, language also matters, not only law. So there are people who are something like dvibhashis. They not only know law, but they also know how to put it in the proper way. So that is the verdict. And as you know, under 141 article of the Constitution, whatever Supreme Court says is law. So this was the statement of the Supreme Court long back. Well, coming to this, age is no concern at all for learning. It was intimated by Narayan sir that people are there up to 120 years. Well, that is the Purnayas, according to astrology. Though Vedas say, Shatayu Purusho Shatamanam Bhavati, astrology says 120 years. If we total all the Mahadashas, we get 120. So welcome, because knowledge, there is no Krishna Vini age, limit or whatever. Now, for those who are now starting and may not know even the alphabets, nothing to bother about that. It was very clearly mentioned earlier by these earlier speakers that first step is Sravanam, then Mananam, then Nididhyasana. This is what we find in Srimad Bhagavatam. So listening, not hearing, listening. Hearing means it is only temporary effect. Listening and then ruminating on that and try to absorb what the matter is and try to practice that in real life. Savanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasana. So that's the first thing. Any language, for example, in today is taught in that language except Sanskrit. Tamil, they teach in Tamil, Malayalam in Malayalam, or any other language, English in English. English is not in Sanskrit, not taught in Sanskrit. But unfortunately, Sanskrit is taught in other than any language other than Sanskrit. I was doing my MA privately sometime back in Madras University. One gentleman from Germany had come to study. So he watched a few minutes the teaching going on, and he was surprised. He said, do you want one language to teach another language? You are teaching Sanskrit in Tamil. No other language is taught like that. Then how do you have command over the language or increase your vocabulary? So first thing is, as mentioned, listening. How intonation should be there. And you know, in Sanskrit, Lagu Guru are very important. If you wrongly mention or have a pronunciation which is Lagu for Guru or the other way, you have dangerous complications and meanings. So that is what is necessary, to listen first and understand and absorb the way of delivery. Then do that. So that is the first thing. Now, the very interesting question people ask, can Sanskrit be a spoken language? We have got even today evidence in a village called Maddur in Shumoga district in Karnataka, where everybody speaks in Sanskrit. Not only the learned, the laity also, the milkman, the servant maid, everybody speaks in Sanskrit. So it's only a question of practice. As Bhagavad Gita says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grishyate. If you want to do that, make an effort, take some strain to understand things. If you don't understand, ask people. A very interesting sloka. Whatever may be the course and whoever may be running it, whatever may be the content, only 1/4 a student understands from the teacher. Acharyat padamadatte padam shishyah swamedhaya padam sab brahmacharibhyah padam kalakramena tu. So learning is divided into 4 compartments. First compartment, you get instruction from the teacher. Second compartment, you ruminate over that. Third compartment, you discuss with co-students. And last, you understand the import only by experience. Acharyat padam adatte. Padam means not like 1/4. Padam shishyaha swamedhaya. Padam sab brahmacharibhyah. Brahmachari is not a bachelor. Brahmachari means a student. Brahmani yaha sadacharati. Even then you got only 3/4 of what you should understand. And the last 1/4 comes only by experience. So padam kalakramena tu. Kalakrama is by time. Now the beauty in Sanskrit is it has got word for everything except mouth. That is why perhaps all insults and indifference heaped on that, Sanskrit is not able to answer. You got word for eyes, nose, tongue, upper lip, lower lip, chin, everything. But for mouth, there is nothing. There's a common word. Valmigehe vadanara vindagalidam Ramayanakyam madhu. Valmigehe vadanara vindagalidam. Vadanara vindam. Vadana means both mouth and face. There's no common word for mouth. Again, you find, Sukacharya says in the Mahabharata also, Shuka Mugad Udgalidam. Mukha. Mukha means face. But it means here also mouth. This is unfortunate, or maybe it is necessary that the founding fathers of Sanskrit have not given mouth, because mouth is a dangerous thing. It can be good, it can be bad. So therefore, they have said, these are the words used there. Mukharavindam, Vadanaravindam. Vadana and Mukha also refer to mouth. Otherwise, you see in the face, each one, including your eyebrow, there is a Sanskrit word for that. Then why not for the mouth? Maybe as Tiruvalluvar says, you should speak only when it's necessary, and speak only what is necessary, and speak only to whom it is necessary, and speak only in the context when it is necessary. Maybe that restraint in speech. There are all very beautiful ways in which Sanskrit can be taught. I was a Sanskrit student, no doubt, till my graduation, 54. Then I entered the police service, no chance. After retirement, I pursued and got my master's degree and continued and got my doctorate in Advaita Vedanta. Then only I realized that I lost so much the treasures in the language. You got science, you got art, you got carpentry, you got painting, you got dancing, you got music. That's why in one line regarding Mahabharata, they say, Idihasti tadanyatra, yenne hasti nadat kusit. If you have something elsewhere, you can find it in the Mahabharata. If you find that nothing is in Mahabharata on a particular matter, you cannot find it elsewhere also. 24,000 of Valmiki and 1 lakh verses of Vyasa, they give you a compendium of the whole thing. Nothing is left out. But the point is, sometimes one word may have different meanings. One should be able to know the difference and the context in which it should be used, or it can cause problem. Subhashitanis are there, eternal values. Ethics is there, context is there, behavior is there. Mahabharata is encompassing Gita. All of you know that. And what is Gita? It is not only 18 chapters. It is not only 700 slokas. It is not only the 3 yogas they speak, karma, bhakti, and jnana. Then what is it? It is compendium of the entire Shastras, as Bhagavad Gita says. In the commencement of the commentary, Idam Gita Shastram Sagala Vedanta Shastra Sangraha Bhutam. You need not read any other book. Read only Bhagavad Gita and the commentary, because Durvigyayartam. Though it is in Sanskrit, it is not easily comprehensible. If you understand that, then you have understood what should be understood. These are treasures that the rishis have given us, and they are all in Sanskrit. I don't know whether we are giving the respect, but other countries, especially Germany, you know the best commentary on these things by Max Muller. And Max Muller changed his name as Moksha Mulaha. He was named as Max Muller, but he wanted to have the name Moksha Mulaha. All these things are root for giving release from the cyclic existence of the soul. See the beauty of that. We don't give much respect for all this, but those people who know do that. So therefore, what I want to say in this, continued study, meditation, cogitation, conversation, listening, discussion, all these things only make things clear, not merely a textual meaning. I don't know, there is some disturbance. Anyway, that is it. Okay. So, no words of thanks will be enough for Surabharati and for PSR, the great person who started and very faithfully followed by Narayan sir and Meera and the team, the band of workers who are holding aloft the flag and keeping the flame of PSR. I always mentally think that he is my guru, because he is the person who introduced me to read Shakuntala. One of the Sanskrit lectures in the Sanskrit college, he gave a scintillating lecture on Shakuntala, explaining the 4 beautiful slokas. You know that there are entire literature, the best 4 slokas are found in Kalidasa Shakuntala. Kavyeshu Nadagam Ramyam, Tatra Ramya Shakuntala, Tatravidhi Chaturtongaha, Chatra Shloka Chatushtayam. The explanation that PSR gave still rings in my ears. That was the type of teaching he did. So immediately I fell in love with that. And he was the person who made me and gave me the light to go further. I always remember him with gratitude. And I must say, with equal interest, equal loyalty, Narayan sir and madam and the band of people are doing it. I have no words, thank you, except to give a large royal salute. Thank you, sir.
Can I word? There is something that CLR did not have to say, which you have possibly observed is Sanskrit learning, being in touch, keeps your intellect alive no matter what age is. You saw the switches. He was quoting slokas from here and there and everywhere. So Sanskrit is a good practice against, failing memory or dementia. I think he did not have to say it. His very presence made that point also. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ji. So your words are so priceless, and we are really overwhelmed with your words. And we have learned a lot as well as you discuss a lot of things with us. And surprising is that there are people who still speak Sanskrit as a language in a place called Shimoga. I mean, Madhu, right? I'm not sure. Sure of the place. So it is so surprising for us to hear that at this situation. Thanks a million, and thanks a lot for sharing your views. And it was so immense and priceless for us. Thank you so much. And it's time to share about our coordinators. Shivabalanji, can we have the session now?
Yes. So our efforts that are being planned, it will not be possible without the help of coordinators who have volunteered their time. The season hasn't even started, but they have had faith in us, and they have come forward to help us with making sure that every learner learns. Because a few people cannot manage 150 students. And so as a tribute to coordinators, I have a video of some of the coordinators, not all of them, some of the coordinators introducing themselves to the group as well as to the audience here. So let's hear them. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Maheswari Keshav and I'm based in Bangalore, India. So I work as an engineer and I was more into database technologies like Oracle, PL SQL and SQL and performance tuning and other things. So amongst other things, I'm also a musician and very much interested in music. I also like playing sports like badminton and chess. So I've always wanted to learn Sanskrit, and as Arundhati mentioned, one of my subjects in school also. I mean, like her, one of my subjects in school also has been Sanskrit, and I was able to communicate in Sanskrit when I was in school, but due to many years of not practicing Sanskrit, speaking in Sanskrit, I've lost touch, and I would like to reclaim that knowledge and be able to converse again in Sanskrit. So currently I work as a project manager in HCL Technologies in Bangalore.
Hello, hi all. I'm Aruna here. I've been associated with ESS for past 8 years, hopefully. Me and my children are learning Bhagavad Gita from ESS and especially with Meera ma'am. About myself, like I'm completely born and brought up in Chennai. I've done my schooling in mostly in Ambattur, Chennai.
Normal pant, uniform pant.
Can everybody unmute, please? Can everybody please unmute? Mute. Everybody please unmute.
I reside up in Avadi, but I have done my UG and PG both in correspondence through Madras University. Parallelly, I have done my Hindi, Praveen, and I've been a pracharak also, Hindi pracharak. So after that, like I'm mostly interested in learning like new languages, and Sanskrit was one among them. Like always, that has been in my list. So I thought of like trying it with my little Hindi knowledge, whatever I had. So I tried learning Sanskrit through some online classes and videos, and I gave up 2 Sanskrit exams like Pravesha and Parichaya, and I've completed it. Right now, my children are learning Sanskrit through Samskrita Bharati's Balagiravani program also. So I get an opportunity to learn from that too. And at present, I'm a housewife and I have 2 daughters. Sorry, I should have mentioned about that earlier itself. Like my elder one is like studying 8th standard and younger one is in 4th standard. and they both are also like learning Hindi and Sanskrit together. So the languages I can speak is like Tamil, English, and bit of Hindi. Sanskrit I can try a very small, like small sentence I can speak, but I can understand a little bit better than like speaking. And again, for understanding, I know like Tamil, English, Hindi, and Sanskrit. That's it, all about me. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hi everyone, my name is Bhargavi. I am from Chennai. I did my college Andhra only. I studied MBA. After that, I got married. I discontinued my job also. Now I'll take care of my kids only. I have 2 kids. My elder son is in grade 3 and my younger one is UKG. We are associated with ESS past 3 years. We are learning Gita from Narayan sir and Meera ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Hima Bindu. I am from Melbourne. I'm basically from Telangana, India. All my education, my engineering, everything was there from JNTU Hyderabad, and my education was from my hometown, which is Warangal. I was working as a IT engineer. I started in Bangalore, then I worked in Hyderabad for a couple of years. Then recently, like from past 2 years, we are staying in Melbourne. I am a data engineer. I have been associated with ESS from past 2 to 3 years now. I have a 6 years old child. He's also learning Gita from Narayan sir. So yeah, when I was studying intermediate, one of my subject was Sanskrit. I was very passionate about it. I studied in actually Saraswati Shishma Mandir school, in which we used to learn basic shlokas and all. I was more interested to learn shlokas. That brought me to ESS. When I'm learning Gita shlokas, I'm more interested to learn the meanings and understand. So that's where I came to Sanskrit learning as well.
Namaste everyone. I'm Namrata Sumant. I'm based from Chennai. I did my graduation and post-graduation from Chennai, Madras University, IBMS in toxicology. I went for a PhD abroad to UCR, had a brief stint there, didn't complete my PhD. I had to come back for personal reasons. And I have been in the publishing industry post-marriage. And then I had to quit. I quit being a content writer, and I just took up English language training, and I was working with kids for 4 years. And the past 5 years, I'm a housewife taking care of children. My elder one is studying biomedical engineering in Anna University now, and the younger one is 10-year-old, and she has been post-corona. She went online and learned from Egmore Sanskrit School, and that's how our association came to be. And I would like to make a mention that in 2010, or I don't remember the exact year, between 2010 and 12, we had we took our son along for the Egmore Sanskrit School competitions, and he just participated. I think he learned online, or we didn't have a teacher. And it was a nice experience to see the crowd there. And I wished we could find a teacher for him, and it manifested later on. He didn't get it, but my daughter started learning Sanskrit. I haven't learned Sanskrit at all. I was in different pursuit. My parents post-retirement, they did their Shibiram course from Samskrita Bharati, Pravesha, and the further courses. We have the books at home, but I never pursued them. So I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm a learner. Although Sanskrit has been, my parents did speak Sanskrit at home. I hope to speak very fluently in Sanskrit and understand the meanings of shlokas. Thank you.
Yeah, hi sir. Hi all. I'm Soundarya from Chennai. So I did my schooling and my UG PG from Vellore, from IIT Vellore. So after my marriage, I got posted here in Chennai. So I'm a software engineer. So this is my daughter. She's 5 years old. She's Danya. She's doing her UKG in Padma Sheshadri. So last year, when she was in LKG, we started off with the Gita classes for her. So that was very interesting for me. So I got an opportunity to learn from her. So she used to teach me, I used to teach her. So that's how it went on. And so she's been taking part in the ESS competitions for 2 years for now. So, and we also take part in similar competitions like Chinmaya, GR Education Trust, and so on. Suprabhata Sabha in West Mambalam, all of them. So that's been very fascinating for us. Actually, my father is Gurukul, he's an Archagar. So I know a bit of slokas, mantras, everything, but I've never put in the effort to learn the meaning and other stuff. So when my kid was learning slokas, that was more interesting for me, and we actually wanted to know the meaning and other stuff. So, and also when we do puja at home, we just read through the slokas and do the pujas, but we never know the meaning of it. So for all of them, I wanted to learn Sanskrit. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir. I'll give my best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Hi, my name is Danya Rakshita.
Hello, Danya Rakshita. How are you?
Fine.
Tamil pesviya nee?
Yes, I know.
Okay, yes, you know. Okay, thank you.
Hi. Namaste, everyone. I'm Sushmita. I'm based out of Chennai. I work as a talent development person in TCS, and I can understand Sanskrit a little bit, but then my intention of joining this class is mainly to improve on the spoken Sanskrit part. I can read and write all the Hindi as well as Telugu and a little bit of Tamil as well. But Sanskrit is something which I started learning a bit for my son, who ended up taking Sanskrit as a second language. But I realized that talking in Sanskrit is something which is very, very different. So that was my intention for joining this class. So to improve more on the spoken Sanskrit part.
Yeah, I am Daya Shankari. I live in Bangalore, and I have joined this course basically out of to be honest, I wanted to enroll my granddaughter. She is just about 5 years old, and then I ended up enrolling for myself and started learning. The intent initially was to help her learn the meanings of the slokas and all that. Not that I know, so I wanted to just be with her and guide her, help her learn. But then subsequently, because of the age limit that was mentioned, I ended up enrolling myself. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I enjoy learning new things, and so I'm here. Sanskrit is definitely no-brainer. It is a very good thing even for our own brain stimulation, learning, knowing many things, understanding the slokas, and for various reasons. So that is how I am here. And
Thank you, Daya. Okay, let's see. Is Aparna back online?
Yeah, I'm settled in Goa, but I'm born and brought up in Hyderabad, and I have been learning Vishnu Sahasranamam and Bhagavad Gita for almost 2 to 3 years now. So I just wanted to understand those meanings, and instead of just chanting without understanding, I am by hearting also. So, but that with the meaning, the essence gets into the brain. So that's the reason. By qualification wise, I did my PhD in physics, and I'm working as a scientist in Oceanographic Institute in Goa.
Namaskaram. My name is actually Sanyasi Rao. I'm basically from Andhra Pradesh, born, brought up in a coastal town, Visakhapatnam. I did my engineering in chemical, followed up with a master's degree in chemical engineering from IIT Madras. I've been working in the chemical engineering field for the past 24 years, basically in the R&D area of petrochemicals. I basically live in Bangalore. I have 2 children. My elder one is a daughter. She is in grade 12. Younger one is in grade 7. So Gayatri is the name of my daughter and Shrikar, my son's name. My wife is a housewife. She is basically a mechanical engineer by profession, but she chose to not work. So she basically a homemaker, and we live in Bangalore, Whitefield area. The interest is like basically I've been growing through a lot of shlokas and other things as part of the busy schedule that I have in the professional life, but also a lot of interest around learning Sanskrit as a language is one part. And then ultimate goal is to understand these shlokas. They have a lot of uh, meaning to the life that we are living in, understand why we are here. So from that perspective, I think I just thought of learning this, understanding more details into the meanings of this. One is we have a lot of books that people have written as part of their understanding. It gives a good perspective, but also as a self-knowledge, the way we think and the way we can understand is one other aspect which I am looking at. I think the way you have outlined, keeping it not like a regular classroom type of session where Guru Shishya learning around this. I think I like that open discussions, which helps us in learning. As we are most of the team I see is like they are all grown up and they are in professional life, busy with that. I think this sort of time that we'll be spending weekly to understand. Basically, I'm not expecting that I'll become a professional in Sanskrit literature or thing, but it gives me the directionally what to look into and how I can use this to further develop myself. As you said, individually, I think once we give a overall perspective, like what to be looked into and how to go about understanding the language, it should give us again the individual's interest and how much you want to pursue is what I feel like I would be gaining from this sessions. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again,
Namaste. I'm Kamakshi. Actually, my daughter started participating in ESS. Like that only I came to know about ESS. Through Senior Mission, I got the opportunity to participate in the ESS, my daughter. Through my daughter, when she is a student of Meera Narayanan ma'am, then I got impressed by her teaching. So I also started learning Bhagavad Gita now from her. This is how my relation started with ESS. And I like to converse in Sanskrit. So I thought usually Narayanan sir used to make everything in a fun way. So I thought it will be a right platform for me to learn.
Thank you.
Namaste everyone. I'm Sri Shakti. So as one of my friend Kamakshi said the same way, I'm introduced to Egmo Sanskrit School by my kids only. So my kids started to learn Bhagavad Gita. So
wait, Sri Shakti, can you turn on your video, please?
so as of now,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, keep going. Yes.
Yes, sir. So so through my kids, I started to learn because it was very difficult to teach him pronunciation mistakes and the slang and everything. So I thought, why can't I learn Bhagavad Gita, as there is an opportunity in non-students category to learn Bhagavad Gita. So I started to learn from Meera ma'am. My kids also was learning with Meera ma'am, and my elder son was learning with Anita Shiroff ma'am. So even I started to learn, but I learn only with the help of Tamil slokas and other things. The writings will be in Tamil only. So I wanted to learn Sanskrit, exact Sanskrit, and to read in Devangri script. So I'm very much interested, as well as eagerly waiting for Shiv Balan sir to his teachings to hear and to learn. So this is what the in this way I'm interested to learn. So thanks for the opportunity, Shiv Balan sir. as well as Igmo Sanskrit School to give this learning opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
So that was a great introduction from different coordinators, and we have come to know virtually what they are and what they do, where they reside, everything. So that was so precise, and we can come to know by all means. Thank you so much, all. Hope you are in the session. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Shivabala Narayanan ji, a proud Tamilian by birth, raised in the vibrant city of Kolkata and presently residing in Seattle for the past 34 years. As a son-in-law of Dr. P.S. Ramamurthy and a general trustee of Egmore Samskrt School, he plays a vital role in the school's leadership. Shivabala Narayananji has been a strong advocate for language and has motivated countless students in their Sanskrit journey. His personal mission revolves around bringing energy and enthusiasm to the language, and this has now evolved into a collective effort involving many volunteers, ensuring a bright future for the next generation. As a startup enthusiast and entrepreneur, he fearlessly explores new ideas and embraces the learning process. It's truly commendable that amidst a busy world of technology, he dedicates time and effort to contribute significantly to this divine language. We all very well know, being in Seattle, the time difference is a lot, and it's quite hard for us to contribute this much. And I can see all the dedication in him for past these days, where he has started the first group till date. So that's so inspiring, Ji. Coming from an Orthodox family, Ji is not only holds the esteemed position of being Dr. P.S. Ramamurthy's son-in-law, but is also a cherished partner, both in the journey of the school and in the journey of Mrs. Meera Narayanan. His commitment and contributions add a special touch to the school's rich legacy always. And to address here, he is also a running and chess coach. I do not know really how he managed his time in dealing all these stuffs. So thank you so much for spending your valuable time, Ji. And now I over the session to you, and please, your words. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Arundhati. Though you were very kind to the point of being too kind. There's nothing more to be said. We have had such a wonderful session. I'm still high with all the speeches that I've heard from our chief hosts, our coordinators and students. There's just one thing that I want to mention for all the incoming learners. Let's keep our expectations real. We have signed up for a 12-week course, but our commitment amidst all our other commitments, our commitment to Sanskrit would be limited to just a few hours a week. In fact, if you do the math, we are committing to about 4 hours a week for this pursuit, for this season. That's roughly about 1% of our time. So that's the amount that we are committing, which is great. At least we are able to allocate that much time, but we can only do so much in 12 weeks. We can make only so much progress in 12 weeks, but different students, different groups of students will make different kinds of progress, different levels of progress based on where they are, based on their history. And all that is perfectly fine. So I just wanted to mention that because we have heard so much about how easy Sanskrit is, how easily we can speak, all that is great, all that is not untrue, all that is true. But given our busy lives and given the way this course or this season is designed, our progress will be slow and steady. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. That's the only other extra piece of suggestion that I have. Otherwise, I have nothing else to contribute on top of all the other wonderful pieces of advice that we have had. Okay, it's been a long day. I would still like to open the floor for questions from our learners. I would also like to allocate some time for, if the coordinators are here and they know who the students are, I'd like some to allocate some time for them to get together and get to know each other. So we do have some off time. So our structured time is over. I would like to mention and I would like to thank Arundhati Krishnan. I hardly know Arundhati. 48 hours ago, I did not, she was just a student. She was just a coordinator who signed up. Within a span of 24 hours, not only did she volunteer to be the MC, but she was able to get all this information, provide insightful feedback on every speech, every talk that was given. And I have no words to congratulate her. I have no words to commend her for her excellent performance. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to remove spotlight from myself. As I said, it's been a long day. The chief guests are welcome to stay and listen. They're also welcome to leave. But what I will be doing right now is I'll be creating some breakout rooms and inviting coordinators to talk to individual students and learners if they know who their team is. I'm also here to answer questions. I'll be in the main room. If any other student wants to wants to say why they are here, you may speak now. Okay. I have created breakout rooms. I'm not sure if you know how breakout. Okay, so Shambhavi, I see Shambhavi's hand raised. Go ahead, Shambhavi. Or maybe not. Maybe this was a hand that was previously raised. Okay, so I have okay. So I have created breakout rooms. Please use those breakout rooms to convene, talk to your teammates, talk to your batchmates if you wish. It has been a long day. It's also perfectly okay to leave. You will get instructions for week 1 tomorrow. The first video for the week will be posted tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you, Meghashyam.
Hello, sir. Could
Yes.
you hear me? Aruna here, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you invited me to breakout room number 4. but I couldn't see any of my team members there. I think.
Yeah. I ran out of, I should have created the breakout rooms initially. That's fine. In fact, let's invite all students back in here. We will just create, we will just talk here. There's only 16 people here, so we should be able to do it right here.
Yes, sir.
Let me, one second. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I know we created the breakout rooms, but since we are only a small group of 24 people, I think we can have a Q&A session right here in the main room. If you have questions, either I can answer or one of the coordinators can answer. And if there are, in fact, if the coordinators can raise their hand and announce their team number and the house, if there are other students here belonging to the same house and team, they can introduce themselves. But even otherwise, I'm happy to answer questions. Okay, so most people here I can recognize. Any questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Sambhavi.
So, will there be a team? Will there be groups for each team? Separate WhatsApp groups?
Yes, that's up to the coordinator and the team to decide how they wish to communicate over the course of the season. But a WhatsApp group just for the team is a perfectly reasonable way to do it. The coordinator and the students are responsible for doing that. We haven't created individual WhatsApp group for each team. What we have is the group for the entire class as well as for the houses. So talk to your coordinator. If your coordinator hasn't communicated with you, he or she will do that shortly within the next day or so. Please wait. You can also reach out to the coordinator. So in your team list, anybody with the having a C at the end is the coordinator. If you don't have any member with the C, message me and I will coordinate that.
Okay, sir. Dhanyavada.
Any other questions?
Sir, good evening, sir. I'm Satya Suganya.
Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat the timings of the class, sir? You said we have three different timings available. So can you please repeat the things?
Yes. So that's a good point. So let me just introduce. Let me just mention that the classes, the 3 sessions, 3 weekend sessions that we will have. One, the Saturday evening session, Sunday morning and Sunday evening, is not like a traditional session where I will be making a presentation or the coordinators will be making. You won't be learning anything. It's not a classroom type environment. The classroom type environment comes from the video. So the video that I will be presenting tomorrow is the class, is the traditional class. So where you will be learning content, you will be, where projects will be presented to you. You will be doing those projects over the course of the week and presenting those projects to the rest of the groups and the rest of the team during those 3 sessions. Is that clear?
Yes, yes. Okay.
So the weekend 3 sessions, the Saturday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, are for teams to present what they have learned, what they have worked on during the week to the rest of the classes. It's more like a project presentation.
Okay.
And you have each teams has a choice of can choose between those 3 sessions. You don't have to present in all 3 sessions. You can choose based on your team's convenience, you can choose to present in one of those 3 sessions. And there are 3 sessions because of the time difference. We have teams and students from Australia, from Europe, from the US. We want to make sure that we can accommodate everybody. And even within Sunday, there are people living within India where evening is preferable to morning. So you have the flexibility of presenting your work. And when I say presenting your work, your team will be presenting. And it's up to the team to decide whether one person will be presenting for a given week. You can take turns, or you can present as a group. And it could be that your work is you have created a video, you have created a conversation, or during the presentation, all 5 of you can come on screen and have a conversation or make the presentation. It's really open and flexible that way. So that's where the minor confusion continues to rise. So the weekend sessions, the sessions are not a class where somebody teaches you something.
So just to an extension of the same question, then do you mean to say that the time sessions can be flexible? Say for the week 1, we could take our team, if it decides it could be on a Saturday evening.
Yes.
Next week, it could be on a Sunday morning, based on the
Absolutely.
convenience of the team members.
Absolutely. This course is really tailored for busy people, for people who have other things going on in life. In fact, I would claim that that's the only reason why we got so many responses. If we said, okay, this is going to be a 8-hour-a-day session, we would not get this much response. And part of our challenge, and we are not going to succeed on day 1, part of our challenge is to find a way to continue to learn and make even these our method, our model to work. Okay, it's going to be, when I say challenge, it's a challenge that we can accomplish. But that's still something that we need to work on. So the flexibility, so that's the reason for the flexibility.
And in one group, we have multiple teams. So what is the frequency of the presentation chance that every team will get?
Every team has to present every week.
Okay, fine.
Every team has learned something as a group every week, so they will present what they have learned, even if it's for 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Has to be something. So one of the other considerations for what you are presenting is what you are presenting should be useful for other teams.
Okay.
There are 3 levels of learning here. One, where you are sitting in a corner practicing the apps that we will be giving you. Okay, building your spoken in Samskrt, building your fluency, learning vocabulary. That's the individual learning. And then within the group, you will be working on a project. So that's the group learning. You will be communicating with one another. You will be saying, okay, I'll do this, you do that for the project. So that's the group learning. Then the community level learning happens on the weekends. And so when you are sitting and watching other teams present, you are learning something. And you would like other teams to do that as well. So that's the single most requirement for what you are presenting. It has to be useful for the other teams as well.
Okay. It's clear, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, as a continuation for my mother's question,
Yes.
are we allowed? I'm Shambhu.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
As a continuation to my mother's question, are we allowed to join on the other 2 days also to see the other person's project?
Yes, I would say it's a requirement for you, if possible. Again, I should call it, we would really like all teams to be present for all sessions, but if you are unable to, there will be a recorded version that you can watch later. Every session will be recorded and shared.
Okay, thank you.
Gee, I have a question.
Yes.
So if my teammates have different opinions, like 3 are able to connect on Saturday and 2 are not able to connect on Saturday, but they wanted a Sunday morning time or the evening time or anything like that. So in that case, are we allowed to take our turns on either days or
for a given week, you mean?
yeah, for a given week?
Yeah, it depends on the a team will be presenting only one piece of content. So it's not that you have two different projects for a team for a given week. So there's only one project that you will present. A team will present only one project. Now, if the question is, can we present the same project Saturday evening as well as Sunday evening? If we have time available, then sure. If not, it will have to be just once.
Yeah, okay, Ji. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, actually, it's not an Aruna here. It's not in a question. It's a kind of a request. Actually, I want my teammates to respond to my messages. Actually, they are not at all responding. Actually, having gone through all your messages, they might know like this is a group act. This is going to be a team activity. So wherein we will require to discuss and work as a team. So it's the main criteria would be they to respond to my message or they to interact with me. So I'm kind of little bit like, what is that? Like they are not at all responding. How I'll get to know them, and I'm not sure about their time zone also. So I'm not able to make a group call also. So I just dropped a message, but even then, like there was no response.
Yeah. Let's chat offline. It will take us the first week. So that's why the load for the first week is going to be light. We're going to start off slow because we need to establish a communication within the teams and make sure that all teams are functioning. So I'm sure there are other teams that are going through the same growing pains. We will deal with it on a one-on-one basis. 150 students are a lot of students, but in the grand scheme of things, since we have so many coordinators, we can do it. So let's resolve that. Whoever is on this call, please make sure that you contact your coordinator, okay? And you are in touch with your coordinator.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Narayanji, Pradeep, when you divide the group now in this call, right, like the blog groups, so somehow like I went to the group and then disconnect from the group, so I joined back in this. So it's okay, or
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I actually closed all the rooms because we are a small enough group that we can discuss everything in the main hall, so everybody can benefit from it.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, sir. Is it possible for you to just run through how it's going to be from tomorrow onwards?
Yes.
The next week, what is expected of us? Am I asking too much? I do not know, but then I thought.
No, I'm happy to explain. So there are 12 weeks. So every week at the beginning of the week, I will be posting a video. The video can be, so the first video might be small, but usually the video is between 30 minutes to 60 minutes long. Okay. It's an offline video. Every learner can watch that video at their own time. Okay. At their own convenience. Some of us have work in the morning. Some of us are housewives. We have a busy morning. Some of us work, and you can watch it anytime. In the video, as a portion of the video will be new content, okay, that I will be introducing, whether it's grammar or conversation or so it'll be Sanskrit content to be viewed. One more percentage of the video, okay, the other portion of the video will be proposal for projects, okay, ideas for projects that you can do during the week. Okay, so from the video, your first task is to watch the video. So every week will begin by you watching the video and learning the content. Okay, and just watching the content. Don't even so, and then understanding what the projects are. Okay, there might be 4 projects suggested. You have to do only one of those. When I say you, it's your team. So whenever I say project, there are no individual projects. You do a project with your team of 5 or 6 members. Every project, every team having a coordinator. So anytime you have a question, okay, you should ask the coordinator first. Okay? So I will give you an example of a project. Okay, so one of those projects could be, maybe you have learned Asmat Shabdam. Okay, you may not know what it is, but let's say it's first person, okay, singular. So those forms are aham, mama, maya, okay, mahyam. You may have learned them in the video, or I may have talked about it in the video. And the project could be, find verses in the Bhagavad Gita, okay, that have at least 2 of those words. Okay, verses in the Bhagavad Gita have many of those, because whenever Lord Krishna speaks, many times he will use those words. Okay, mama, maya, aham, me. Okay, you can choose your team. When I say you, your team can choose, for example, 10 verses from the Gita. Okay, and find out its meaning, break it down, and then say, oh, mama is used in this context. Maya is used in this context, and break it down. And in order to find the meaning, I will give you a couple of resources of sites that you can go to look at the meaning, because clearly we are not there yet to fully understand the meaning of the verses. But you can do the research. And when I say you, it means as a group. So you can split the work. Let me finish this. So your group, if you are taking up this project, if your team is taking up this project, your goal is to select 10 verses from the Gita, where each verse has at least, for example, at least 2 of these pronouns, and then present the verses and the meanings to the groups, to the other groups on the weekend. So that's going to be your week project. So you might split the project across members. You might say, okay, I will take up 2 verses and you take up 2 verses. Or there could be one person who might say, I will collect all of them and I will write it up and I will present it. Okay, all of you can present in the weekend, whoever did the work, or you can nominate one person from the team to present for a given week. Maybe next person you take turns. Next week somebody else can present. And I have to also say that within the 6 members, it's possible that one of those members is too busy during the week to contribute much to the projects, and that's perfectly okay. Maybe they have their board exam the entire week. Okay, so we are giving you all the flexibility you need and relying on your own conscience and intent to learn, to make sure that you get something out of the course. And so at the end of the week, maybe this week only 5 of your 6 members contributed, but the 6th member will also be in the loop. They will also be consuming the product or participating, maybe be a passive participant, okay, in the group. So that's the project side. So step 1, listen to the video. Step 2, work on the project as a team, communicate with it. That's why somebody asked the question, how do we communicate with each other? Either through WhatsApp group or through anything. You can use Signal, you can use emails if you want, whatever works best for your team. Okay. And then, but it's very important. So that's why it's very important to communicate with team members, to be in touch with team members. So that's the first part. So there are 3 parts. 1, watch video. 2, work on project as a group. And 3, use the app, okay, that we will be giving you to practice every day for 10 minutes. Okay, so those are the 3 things that you will be doing on a weekly basis for 12 weeks. So as the weeks progress, the projects will become more involved, maybe more interesting. The goal is at the end of week 12, when you look back, you will realize how far you have come. Okay, so that's how each of the weeks will go. At the end of the 12 weeks, okay, maybe the weekend of the 12th week, there will be a presentation, there will be a celebration, just like today. We will invite CLR sir, we will invite NR Kumar sir, we will invite Uma Maheswari ma'am, we will invite other people, okay? We will invite your friends and family, okay? We will have a larger group. We will stream it live on Facebook for the world to see, okay? Where as a season of learners, as one community, 150 people will be making maybe a 2-hour presentation. Some of us might be doing a play. Others might be giving Samskrt speeches that they never imagined they could do 3 months earlier. Okay, it's really up to our imagination. Okay, we can be extremely creative and come up with a presentation that is both interesting, informative, and demonstrates, okay, shows off whatever we have learned over the past of over the last 3 months. I know that's a little counterintuitive. I started off by saying keep your expectations low. Now it feels like I'm sort of raising your expectations. That's fine. We will fall somewhere in between. Okay, we are going to try to reach as high as possible, but be satisfied with where our effort takes us. And then start over again next season. We will keep doing this again and again. We will not quit. That's the point. The point is we're not going to end in one season. The first season is a grand experiment. We don't know if this is going to work. Okay, we are thinking, our guess is that this is going to work. But whether something works or not is relative. Okay, what you might think it worked, I might think it did not work. It's fine. Wherever we are, we will start again. So maybe we are trying to take 8 steps forward. Maybe we'll take 2 steps forward. And then from there, we will again try to take 8 steps forward. Okay. And then nothing that I have experienced in life or everything that I've experienced in life until now tells me that this is going to eventually work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sri. That was so precise, and it was not precise actually. It was so brief that we have understood everything very clearly. And thanks a lot for that. I think we are end of the session.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our chief hosts, for staying this long. And any final thoughts? The floor is always open. You can always interrupt us and say whatever, whenever. Thank you. And we will definitely keep you posted. You are an important part of this journey. You are our experts. We will always dip into you whenever we need help.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I extend my thanks once again to all the participants, the candidates, the coordinators, and the esteemed chief guests for being present today in your busy schedule. Once again, I thank everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Dhanyawada. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Sir,
Namaste.
thank you very much.
Thank you all. Dhanyawada.
Dhanyawada.
Thank you.
Dhanyawada.
Wait. Mute it.